So as we talk about having happy hearts as parents, it's interesting, in the middle of this great study that I read, it talks about being a parent and what a great job being a mom is. So Nelson Mandela says to be the father of a nation is a great honor, but to be the father of a family is a greater joy. Even Steven Spielberg talked about how great his career changed for the better when he became a dad. Elton John says the same thing. So as we parent our kids, I was thinking, after raising 4 teenagers and now helping raise 14 grandkids, that parenting is great. When you parent on the offense, not on the defense, when you parent proactively, not reactively, when you parent by design, not default. Because when you parent proactively, not reactively, you get to go deep with kids, not stay shallow all the time. And the 4 keys, parents, to doing what's right all the time, no matter where your kids are on the roller coaster of emotional growth. The first one, and by far the best one, is to build the spiritual heart of your children. I call it painting God's Word on your children's heart. Because when times are critical, you can't always be there. But when you take times to lay by your kids at night and to put God's Word in their heart, to serve breakfast in the morning and to put God's Word on their heart, even when you're driving to soccer or driving to and from school, to have a moment to pray together or just share a Bible verse, God's Word is with them all day long. When they go to parties, you can't go, but God's Word goes. When they go on dates, you can't go, but God's Word goes. It never leaves your children alone. The second way to parent proactively, not reactively, is to establish a standard of high value and honor on every person in your home. If you're married with your spouse, establishing high value. And as a parent, every child needs to know, no matter how wrong their decision was, they still have high value. And so it's like taking a great diamond, my friend Gary Smalley used to say, and placing that value in the heart of every child. And you do that by words of encouragement and words of affirmation, and never criticizing, condemning, or complaining with a child. The third way to live proactively, not reactively, parents, is to make boundaries crystal clear. Picture a football field. In the middle of the football field of the home and the family, you want it to be the funnest place in the world. Oscar Wilde used to say, kids love home when home is the funnest place to be. But the sidelines can't be fuzzy. Fuzzy sidelines, unclear boundaries in the home lead to anxiety and worry and fear. But when the sidelines are crystal clear, if you step out of bounds, this consequence is going to happen, and you follow through with the consequence. And then the fourth way to create a home that lives proactively and not reactively, a home that lives by design, not by default, is to, if there's a TV screen, if there's a computer screen, you be sure as a mom that you have all the rights to that screen. As an adolescent counselor, I'm not against all technology, but I am greatly against free reign technology where there's no filters, no boundaries, and no parental controls. I don't care if your child is 17 years old, and surely if they're 10 or 11 or 12 years old. Parents, you're the one who keeps the lights on in the house. You're the one that's paying the electrical bills. You're probably the one who paid for this thing. I know very few teenage boys who are not using porn or addicted to porn. In a survey we did last summer with teenage girls, 62% of the girls were using porn in their teenage years. So parents, filter everything. Put passwords on that only you can get, and make sure if there's social media going on in your child's life, you don't do Snapchat because there's no accountability. But if there is Instagram, if there is Facebook, Make sure that everybody knows that you have the rights to look at those things. And when your kid says, you don't trust me, you can say, I trust you, I just don't trust the world around you. If you'll do those things as diligently as you can, you have a whole lot better chance to win the parenting game and to bring kids who will be following Christ and will love the Lord for the rest of their life.